Hey guys, I'm Cracks and welcome back to the show. Today I want to talk about Vic Mignogna. If you guys not know who Vic Mignogna is, he was a prominent voice actor. He did roles such as uh, Brawly, the dub version, and Eric from Fullmetal Alchemist. So he did a bunch of other roles too, but those two are the ones I most know him for. But he done a bunch of roles too. He was very well known. He was well liked by a lot of his fans. We thought he was liked by his co-workers, but it came out a long time ago that not a long time ago, but a few years ago, that two of his co-workers that came out and pretty much said like he had done inappropriate things to them. And as you guys know, cancel culture, that just lit fire immediately. He was immediately fired and canceled. He was fired from Funimation, from Rooster Teeth, from all his roles and stuff like that. It was pretty much just blacklisted from the anime industry. Now, the interesting about this case was that there was really no hard evidence to prove that he did anything that could be considered like bad or anything. I mean, there are a ton of like there are a bunch of actresses. I mean, not really even a bunch. Like it was really the main. There's really mainly two, and some others. I believe the guy like from Goku said like he was like a creepy guy, or he didn't really like him. Like a lot of them came on and said, "Oh, he's like a creepy dude, and he's weird, and like blah 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 stuff." And I am a firm believer just because you're weird does not make you a abuser or murderer or criminal. Just because you're maybe seem weird to other people, you know. And there are constant people saying, "Oh, but he was known as like sneaky years before any of this came out. He's known as the creepy dude." It's like, look, dude, like if Amber Heard, the sister with Amber Heard and Johnny Depp saw anything, people can't lie. You know, just because they're saying it doesn't mean it's true. I don't care how many people say it. You know, I need actual hard evidence proof. And that was the one thing about this, because this did end up going to court. They end up suing to I believe it was also Funimation as well for like defamation and stuff like that. And unfortunately, he didn't end up winning. You know, at least from what I can remember. It's been a while since I've gone back and relooked at the case and stuff. But one thing I do remember about the case is that there was no hard evidence. There was no line of witnesses. There was no forensic evidence. There was no video evidence. There was like no written letters or anything. Like there wasn't really anything that was smoking gun that could be like, hey, this shows that this guy did it. He's a creep. Get him out of here. Because I've always firmly believed like if you can prove this person really did this, then yes, he should be canceled. Then yes, he should get out of here. Like Harvey Weinstein, terrible person. It was proven how scummy he was. So yes, get him out or send him to jail. The thing with Vic was none of that was ever proven though. None of it. None of it was ever proven or ever even, you know, shown that hey, this is what really happened. You know, like none of that was proven. You know, and that's the crazy thing I think about this is that people, they want to say, "Oh, you're guilty" and stuff, but with no hard evidence and facts. But pretty much he ended up blackballed. He was canceled for every major con. Luckily, there were a few smaller cons who still invited him. And if you guys can go look at them and see those pictures of the cons I invited him for Vic, like the support he had from his fans was wow. Like he would have just huge lines at these conventions, you know, and which is great because like it brought him a lot of money and it brought them a lot of money, you know. And he was still able to support himself off of that because he wasn't able to get voice acting gigs because he was blackballed until recently. Now, I believe it was Anime Matsuri had come together with Vic and a few other voice actors to create their own dubbing studio recently, which is super great. It's great to see other companies finding something to be made that can actually take on like Funimation and Crunchyroll, or it's like funny. It's like they're like combined now, so I don't know if it's just Funimation, just Crunchyroll. But it's great to see other studios coming up now, and to see that it was them, because I believe Anime Studios, like Anime Convention, that came together with these other VAs and made this demo studio. It's just amazing. They invited Vic for it. I believe they've been live. They've been the studio has been a thing since November 2021. Just nobody knew about it, but they've been recording stuff since then. They already have 2 projects that they're doing, you know, and they invite Vic to be a part of this. And that was super great to me because it just like shows like, hey, just because things get bad doesn't mean things can't turn around again. And he went through a lot of bad things. And like I said again, like being creepy and being weird does not mean that you're a criminal. There was no evidence. There was no proof. There was no hundreds of witnesses and all this and that and whenever, you know, like it just wasn't none of that. So for me, I could never just sit here and be like, hey, you're guilty and you're like, no, like I need more than just what these people are saying all around me. You get what I'm saying? So, but yeah, I mean, it's just crazy to me that people, you know, actually was like, he should be canceled and this and that and then blah blah blah. And like, it was stupid. So I'm happy to see the anime Matsuri has come back and they're re-giving Vince a role. Now I believe the two anime they're working on two anime movies. The like two ones that's never been dubbed before, so I think they're like a little bit older movies. From I believe it's Nabu the station. Hold on, I think I can possibly pull up the article here. Yeah, they say Denise and John Lennon from Anime Matsuri tried to Japan to meet with Nabu Animation for collaboration. They said they gave them two movies to work on that's never been dubbed in America before. Gunbacho and Zamu. I'm probably butchering these names. I'm sorry, guys, but these were the two stations that they sent to him, that they gave him these two movies. You know, and Vic was asked to come on since he was an A&R director himself, so they asked him to come along because he has so many years in the anime industry and so much knowledge, so they asked him to be a part of it, well, again, which is awesome. There will be a live stream premiering the 6th. There will be a live stream repairing on Friday, January 29th at 8 p.m. on Matsuri's Matsuri, where he will be a special guest. I'm so happy. They said that when Vic's reaction to be asked to come part of this double still was that he just dropped to the floor. When they asked what felt to come back to the studio recording, Vince answered, "I came down there to work with Jacob, to work on Jungle with Jacob first, and he was behind the console, and I went into the booth, put on headphones, and it was like the first time I've done in prior 2 years, and I chirped a bit, I have to say." And this was really heartwarming for me to hear and see, because it just shows that, hey, like, no matter how much bad things you go through, good things can happen and things can come back around, because he went through so much. I know it's been very hard for him. And I've never met Vic Mignogna personally, so I don't really know. I've never been to any conventions with him, so I don't know how he acts around. But from what I've seen from videos and stuff, he really seems to love what he does, and he loves his fans, you know. And that was really one of the sad part about this. It was like, you know, him losing the ability to do this, to do what he loves, to interact with his fans who love the voices that he's done. Like, I remember hearing Brawley and watch the first Brawley movie as a kid, you know, like, that was a part of my life, you know, and I remember his voice. And of course, Eric from Full Metal Alchemist. So it was just sad to see that. So I'm very happy to hear that he's back in the studio, you know, and hopefully he'll be able to move on, and this will become bigger and bigger, and he'll be able to do bigger and bigger things, you know. And of course, there are people who are already saying things and already being mad and blah 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 blah. Like, look, again, if you can show me like some actual hard evident proofs that what he did, because there is none as far as I know, then yeah, I'll be more than happy to take my words back. And that's something I've always said since the beginning. It's the same deal with the Johnny Depp case. I was like, if anybody can show me why, like, hard evidence that Johnny did this, then I will completely take my support back. But that's the thing, though. There was never any evidence. And I also want to say, I think Johnny Depp, like, winning his case also plays some part in this. And what I mean by that is that, like, him winning that case and showing that you have, like, just because somebody says something doesn't mean it's true, and they can just be a big liar. Then and him actually win that case and prove his innocence, I think, was such a big and important thing. And I'm just so happy that, you know, that Vic is starting to be able to get back on his feet. And I think it's coming to a time where finally we get back to where it's innocent until proven guilty, and not guilty until proven innocent because Twitter says so, or the internet says so, because what's his name came out and said this and that and blah blah blah. Like I said, you can say something, you can say anything about people, but if you have no evidence to back what you're saying, like, what does it matter, you know? What does it matter? But anyway, guys, I just want to talk about that. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What do you guys think? Are you happy about this? Are you excited for Vic? I'm excited. Please go support Anime Matsuri. The more you support, the more it's going to grow. And yeah, it's like cracking out. Peace.